My name's Brandon Bartoldi. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I attended the CCTG training at the end of February of this year, 2020. Prior to attending the training, my background is primarily in consulting. But after consulting, I had a little bit of executive management experience in corporate America, and then left being an executive to invest more into real estate, and then ultimately did some research, found Chris and his collection of companies, and went to the training in February. I chose the Legacy package through CCTG, which is, I believe, the highest package that you can get, mainly because of just the value and the benefits that come along with it. I mean, the fact that you get a full-time processor for life, the amount of leads that you're going to get compared to if you don't get that package, it just made sense. Like the little bit of extra investment, I felt like yielded the right ROI. So that's why I went with that package. The leads have been great overall. I mean, we get multiple leads a week from CCTG, and we've closed, I think, quite a few, probably anywhere from 4 to 5 leads we've actually closed and turned into dollars. So no complaints there whatsoever. Been really, really good. So the loan processing team's been great. With Lucas and Scott have been my primary resources, and they're phenomenal. They're very available, very communicative, and they execute. So I don't have any problems whatsoever with anything that they've done. They've been phenomenal, and it seems like they're able to handle volume. I mean, I haven't had any issues with sending them any amount of volume so far. So I have nothing but good things to say. After leaving the training at the end of February, it was very interesting for me. It was a little bit different than I think most, because not only do I have consulting and planned on continuing to do that and adding that as one of our service lines, but I also attended the DMTG training as well for digital marketing. And launched both the commercial lending brokerage as well as the digital marketing training, and I have all 3 of those service lines. So whenever I came out of training, I really decided to focus mainly on the lending section, and tried to really just grow that pretty significantly, and it's gone extremely well. I won't say that we went viral, but we've got a ton of traction on social media, and we just had an outpour of leads coming in from the lending side. So much to the point where we've started to hire a team. We have a full-time loan officer, Mark, that started with us. We have independent contractors that are doing sales, business development, and now I'm coming into a partnership where we're about to start to pivot to do in-house lending as well as real estate development projects. So the gateway to all of this, though, was really the lending division and getting access to the brokerage and all the different lenders within our portfolio. And that allowed me to get the necessary traction needed ultimately to get to the point of scale where we're at now. It's a couple of different things. One is that I took the training very seriously. Like, whenever I went there, it was a lot. I mean, it was 8, 9, 10 hours a day for 7, 8 days straight. It was a lot of information. It was like trying to drink from a fire hose, and I took it very, very seriously, to the point where I was studying at night after the training, trying to soak in everything that I just consumed. I know from my consulting experience that I need to learn things very quickly, go into a situation and immediately take action upon it. So what helped with us getting a good start, I believe, was number one, just being a student and a mentee to the mentor of somebody like Chris, that I want to make sure that I can consume as much as possible in the training whenever I'm there. And then combine that with the action coming out of training, that I feel like a lot of people have this paralysis by analysis, where they don't actually take action upon what they just learned and are afraid of failure and different things like that. And I'm just not, just based on my background and the things I've experienced. I embrace that. I know that's part of success. So I immediately started taking action. Actually, even during the training, I already had a lead or two that I was trying to work during the training that I was talking to the guys about, that they were trying to help me with. So I think that's the biggest part, is just being coachable and then immediately taking action, not being afraid to fail and make adjustments till you get the right results. Yeah, I mean, a lot's changed. so in a very positive way. I mean, the business growth and the direction my life is going could not be better. I didn't even envision that things were going to come together this quickly, where we were going to start to pivot to in-house lending and big development projects and things like that. I never had that plan. I just thought that this is going to be a good career, and these seem like good people, and the fact that not only do I have those relationships and those friendships, but then I have a successful business as a brokerage and a marketing agency. But now for us to be able to get into all these other things so quickly, it's just I feel very fortunate. I love where things are going. I'm excited to see where it continues to go. Couple of deals that come to mind right off the bat is really in the fix and flip space and real estate. So real estate, I would say 80% of our clients are in the real estate industry. So real estate investors, they're looking for either short-term or long-term loans on their different projects, and most of the recent ones that we've had over the past month or two have been in the fix and flip world, or the long-term space, like a fixed 30-year rental loan on a rental portfolio. But we work with a lot of flippers, a lot of folks that are focused on that BRRRR strategy that's really popular, and we have an outpour of folks that come to us in that sense. So just to give you some sizes, like we've been closing loans anywhere from $100,000 to probably $300,000, somewhere in that range is like just our bread and butter that we can just pound out in 2 to 3 week time frame. And we can make commissions anywhere from $2,500 to $8,000 just for those smaller size loans. And then we have a couple of bigger ones that come along every once in a while. Like right now, I'm working on a $10 million bridge loan for a big construction project that can yield anywhere from 40 to 80 grand. So we try to have a mix and a balance of some smaller, like quick wins combined with some of those bigger wins that might happen every once in a while. Yeah, so the lenders that the CCTG has provided me with, just based on those relationships, have been great overall. I mean, I wouldn't say that I've worked with every single one of them so far, because there was like 50 plus, but we've worked with quite a few, and I don't have anything bad to say about any of them. They've all been great. We've worked with, like I said, mainly lenders within the real estate space. That's kind of what they focus on lending on is real estate projects, and they've all executed. I mean, we had a little bit of a hiccup during COVID, because my business got started at the end of February, and then COVID hit in March. So didn't see that coming, but at the end of the day, we made the necessary pivots that we had to make. As some lenders stopped lending, some lenders just surged. We were even able to bring on a new lender or two to be able to close even more transactions. So, long story short, what the program and what the training has provided me with has been everything I needed. Absolutely. So, I can't see this going any better. I know that $100,000 for the legacy program can be a decent size investment for a lot of people, and that it was for me. It's not like I have millions of dollars laying around and $100K was just nothing. But it was absolutely worth it. I'm super happy about the decision and where things are going, and I wouldn't do anything different. The biggest advice that I think I would give is just make sure that you do research, ask questions, and if you decide that this is something you're serious about, make sure that you commit to it. I think a lot of people, they get started in something with this backdoor mentality, like, oh, I'll try this and see if it works out. You have to like begin with the end in mind. You have to make sure that you are willing to commit at a decently high level, because that's what success in anything requires, is hard work, dedication, commitment, drive, etc. So just make sure that you're willing to make the commitment, and then once you make that commitment that I'm going to go to the training, I'm going to take this seriously, I'm going to prioritize this, just when you go, just make sure you're soaking it all in, ask a ton of questions, pick people's brain even outside of the training. Like, so you have training from say 8 to 6 or whatever, make sure that you're spending an extra time outside of that too, just trying to get with people, ask questions, build relationships. I mean, all that time is invaluable. So just make sure you treat a crumb like a feast and take advantage of it.